Hi there, Rhonda without an H here. Okay, this video dovetails the one where I show you how to do a waterfall. Okay, I thought it would also be helpful to do just a really short little video to explain to you how I put mine on. This doesn't mean you have to do it this way. This is just what I did to give you an idea. All right, I've got a few little goodies here. First of all, I've got my paper bag, sheet of paper. I have these old amazing diaries. I've read a lot of them. Tried to find owners, couldn't, and so I'm using them. They'll, a little bit, not all of them. Some I can't. But look at the writing. And this was a man. This was in 1948. And he was a timber guy. He cut timber for a living. So I've got some fabric. This is cotton. I like to work with, well, as a quilter, I have a lot of 100% quality quilting cottons. But you can use other things as well. That can make it interesting. And this is a piece from this. Picked up a cheap little old table runner type thing. And I'll get an awful lot of use out of this in a lot of my journals. So I picked up some lace. I've got some fabric. I've got some paper here. I have already glued, well, I actually used two-sided tape to attach this to this. And now I have a lip that I can stitch down. So this is kind of what I think I'm going to do. I'll show you my plan, I think. I'm going to do some ripping here. Do, do, do. Rip, 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 rip. Who'd have thunk when I was a little girl that I'd be able to rip and play with all these papers and have so much fun. Okay. I should read some of this. Rush, Tom and family. Rich, Tom and family for Seattle this morning. I had another good day. Called, delivered Patterson. It loads $10. Anyway, $10 on the books for what was owed him. So I think I'm going to put that maybe up there. And maybe this somewhere down here. I'll cover so I can see. Maybe I'll move that around a little bit. We'll have to play with that. Maybe that, something like that. I'm not sure if I want to keep this. I might play with that a little bit more. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. We'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch some of this together, and I will be right back. Here we go with stitching done. I've got my waterfall on my page. You notice this is just the first page that I am decorating. And by the way, I am not going to show you every single detail on decorating a page. I want you to use your own creativity, come up with your own things. This is just to give you an idea how you can incorporate a waterfall in your journal. So there you go. And I will show you again. This was in my other video, but this is a finished page with the waterfall. I have added a tag embellishment with a paper clip. Oh, can you see that? Sometimes I'm not in focus. I apologize. So here I have more pages. I did them a little differently, and this was with a handkerchief. And I've also got some of that diary that's really fun on here, and underneath this is just a strip of lace. This was cut off from this, and I've got another piece here, so I may go ahead and add that. I don't know yet. And then this, another video, I'll show you how I do some embellishments with yarn and keys and beads and different things that way. So I have still quite a bit to do to this. This is nice, but it's not nearly ready yet. I do want to talk to you about a couple of things when you're doing your journal. It's a good idea if you have a few plans as you're working so that your journal pages are cohesive, so that it fits together. So some of those things that I just jotted down that I could think of that you might want to think about would be, number one, do I want a theme or do I not want a theme? I love vintage, and oftentimes that is a theme of mine. There are so many different things. The one that I'm working on now, the theme is going to be nature. I'm going to focus more on birds, butterflies, and maybe a few kitties in there by the birdies. We'll see. All right, how many pages do you want in your journal? Do you want a huge signature, a really fat signature? Do you want one signature, two signatures, three, what? Those are things you want to consider. For this journal, I'm going to do 3 signatures with decorative pages that have, for each 2 paper bags, I will get a 4-page spread. Let's see, where's my other one? Just a minute, everybody. Okay. Show this again. 2 paper bags, 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page. So I'm going, and these will be pockets that you can put journaling papers down here. So I'm going to do 3 of these signatures, and then I will maybe add just some journaling pages without decorating at all. So for me, I'm doing 3 signatures. That means I need 2, 4, 6 paper bag spreads, pages to do that. And I have already done that. So I'm ready to go, and I would encourage you to do that. First of all, get your pages all done, ready to go, so that you don't have to stop and go back, stop and go back. It's just a little bit easier that way, and I think it's fun that way too. Okay, so then I ask myself, or you can ask, what's the purpose of your journal? Are you actually going to write in it? Am I going to use it as a picture book? Is it a family history type thing? Is it going to be a gift for someone? Am I planning on selling it in my Etsy shop? Those are all things that you want to think about. Is it just for practice? And by the way, just as a side note here, I would really appreciate if you do find something in my videos that you can use, and you use those and you end up doing your own videos and selling or whatever, I would really greatly appreciate if you would just give me a, you know, a sound bite just to, I appreciate you letting people know that you did get something from me, and put a link. That in the art industry is a polite thing to do, to give credit where credit is due. And I try to do that with my videos as well. When I learn something, I'm so excited about it, and I definitely want to point people to where I got the original idea. Because we all have our own take on things. That doesn't take away, giving someone credit for an idea doesn't take away from your creativity in the least. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what I did for my finished page. I added a few things. Remember, I told you I was going to do this kind of nature, butterfly, birds, maybe some kitties. So after I did the other video, I went ahead, I added a little color to my butterflies. I added fabric. I frayed the fabric and then stitched it on. I added another piece of that yummy diary. I like to see that, and it brings out, it matches the other that I've put in there. I added a bit of lace, a couple of bits of lace actually, and then I added some images of butterflies, and I stitched most of it down. Then I went ahead on this part of the lace. I put a piece, ripped a piece of sheet music, laid that down. Then this is a piece of seam binding that I added on top of that. And then I'm topping it off with this fun little embellishment that's got some, this is crochet thread that I have crocheted, just a chain. And then I've added some eyelash yarn to it, and a few little beads at the end. And to finish it all off, I stitched some of my dyed seam binding to the top. And I am happy with this page. This is finished. So, anyway, I hope that you will have a great time finishing your page or pages. Don't be afraid. If you're in a, you're in that mode, go for it. Sometimes when we're in the zone, we have to take advantage of that, for sure. So, anyway, just wanted to share that with you. And I want to encourage you, if you enjoy doing this kind of thing, you can join, apply for membership in my Facebook group. It is called Stitching Fabrics, Papers, and More. And I will put a link to it in the bottom in the description of this video. Anyway, bye now.